Language assessments can provide useful information about someone's knowledge, skills, or abilities. Information that can be used to help make decisions about admissions, placement, hiring, promotion, and even language teaching and learning. But how can you trust that a test is giving you good information? Any test provider is going to claim that they have a high-quality test, but how can you have confidence in their claims? What does test quality really mean? At ETS, TOEIC research focuses on 4 themes: score consistency, validity and fairness, appropriate test use, and positive impact. These themes reflect 4 essential and irreducible claims about the quality and use of tests that any test provider should be able to articulate and provide evidence to support. Let's start with score consistency and what the TOEIC program claims about its test scores. The reliability or consistency of scores is a fundamental aspect of test quality. If test scores are reliable, that means you'll get the same results every time you use the test, assuming your ability has not changed. And it means that factors unrelated to your language ability, such as who is rating your test or the time of day you take the test, do not improperly influence your scores. This is an important claim, and it's a quality you should absolutely expect of all test scores. But you should also demand to see evidence, and that's one role that research plays. Research studies help quantify the reliability of test scores under different conditions, which can give you a better understanding of the actual quality of the test. Now, test scores are ultimately just numbers. What do they actually mean? This brings us to our second major theme, and a claim about the validity and fairness of score interpretations. Everything starts with test design, and TOEIC tests utilize a test development process called evidence-centered design, which carefully defines the skills to be tested and the types of test tasks that allow test takers to show evidence of those skills. Research allows us to address critical questions about validity and fairness. Is the test measuring what it's supposed to measure? Is the test directly measuring the skills you really care about? How can you be confident that the test does not unfairly disadvantage one group of test takers compared to another? These are all important questions about validity and fairness to ask of any language test, and they're not rhetorical questions. They need to be answered with research evidence. The next major theme is appropriate test use. People use tests to make decisions. What are the characteristics of good, effective, high-quality decision-making? When people make decisions about language proficiency, their decisions should be based on their needs and values. Maybe they're very concerned about excluding qualified candidates. Maybe they're more concerned about including unqualified candidates. High-quality tests are tools for higher quality decision-making. Research provides tools and resources for connecting knowledge about candidates' skills, score reports, to principled and effective decision-making. And finally, positive impacts. TOEIC tests are often used to make high-stakes decisions. These decisions should have positive outcomes for score users and test takers. And ideally, the use of the test should have a positive impact on language teaching and learning. We believe that when we use appropriate models of language proficiency as the basis for assessments, we're better able to emphasize the skills that matter to teachers and learners. Ultimately, research plays an important role in understanding the ultimate consequences of using assessments and the extent to which they facilitate beneficial outcomes for everyone affected by assessment. By visiting the research section of the TOEIC program website, you can see for yourself how our claims are elaborated and the evidence that has been produced to support it. So we've carefully chosen a limited set of 4 main topics that also define critical, high-level claims about test quality, and these are backed by research evidence that's presented in a transparent and accessible manner. This is the principled, comprehensive theory of test quality that motivates TOEIC program research.